The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Tyler Katz here on the Eagles Sports Network with Carson-Newman baseball head coach Tom Griffin. The rain is pouring down just behind the camera. Coach, moved the start time up to 11, got it in time, enough for a 3-2 series opening win against Mars Hill. Just some initial takeaways today.
Well, the staff, James and Jason and Cade and Cullen did a great job understanding the weather. We've been all looking at it and their decision to go like, hey, let's see if we can go with 11 because of what's coming in. And all baseball coaches are always got like 5 weather apps to kind of figure out what's going on. But, last weekend here, so much credit, Coach Honeycutt and his staff coming in here and the way they played, the way they pitched. You know, you look at stats sometimes, and they did a really good job coming in here and competing. I was very impressed by that. And we did not deserve to win the game. We really didn't. They outplayed us. They outcoached us. There's no question about that. We got the W, and some people are like, oh, you didn't play well, but you got the W. And it's like, yeah, at some point, though, come on, man. Expectations are there, and you got to play cleaner. We were so sloppy on the base pass. So sloppy. We did not compete well in the box with 2 strikes. We did not have a good plan. We didn't make a good adjustment. We were distracted. Now, distracted from what? Were we distracted because it's their last weekend together? Is it distracted because their family is here? Are they distracted because we've got a lot riding on the games? Regional? Is there too much pressure on them for that? But the at-bats, the base running was atrocious. And uncharacteristic stuff happening. And that was disappointing. And so, yeah, they deserved to win this game. Both teams played good defense. Andrew Bench. Now, when we talk about competing, we didn't do that in the box, and we didn't do very well in the base pass. But you talk about competing, Andrew Bench competed. And, he represented the Great White North like it is. You're tough. You grow up playing hockey, and they don't have good pitchers up there usually because they're always playing hockey and getting checked in the board, so their shoulders are always messed up. But he must have played goalie growing up because he's a pretty good pitcher, and he pitches great when his parents are here. And so they were able to be down, and he has been stellar for us, taking over for Higgins. And then I thought Delgado, that was huge in the 5th inning. Great at-bat. That was good base running. And he's not our best base runner. But yeah, he was locked in enough to be able to do that. But we had other guys with the mistakes. That's got to clean up because you want to play good baseball, and that was not good baseball. And at the end of the year, we talk about finishing through the finish line strong. You don't want to have things like that taking place. So I'm hoping that their nutrition, their sleep, and their hydration will have them ready for tomorrow.
You mentioned Andrew Bench, and the day he did allow a 2-run Lime homer that tied the game in the 5th. But what did you like about his composure, that rebound after that home run and to continue pretty much doing what he had done through the first 5 innings leading up to that point?
Yeah, that's a good question because I think part of that, how you respond, is based on your experience. Been there, done that. It's based on trusting your stuff. It's the mindset pitchers have to have. It's one pitch at a time. That pitch is gone. I've got to focus on this pitch. It has a lot to do with your catcher because that's a partnership. It's 2 versus 1. So there's a lot of factors for that, and Bench has all of those. He has the ability to throw strikes with 3 pitches, and he mixes well. And he's been in some big games, obviously, from playing JUCO ball in Niagara, and then obviously he's been a big part of our success here this year.
You mentioned earlier there could be a distraction based on what these games mean. Obviously, you can't control what these guys look at in their off time, but what is the message when you have them, when they're under your control, about how to handle this series?
Oh, my gosh, there's 1,000 books written on the mental part of the game. There's 1,000 things. You hope that you train and you have experiences to learn how to deal with this. I thought last week at Catawba, a similar pitcher was kind of doing the same thing to us as far as our at-bats go. I could feel the same energy and at bats. And it was like waiting for someone on the bench and someone to spark us. You get two sparks. Either they give you a spark because of a walk or an error, or you have to have someone in your lineup give you a spark. And we didn't have that last week, and we weren't getting it now until Delgado got the hit. But I thought, it's like, listen, let's go to more of a two-strike approach. Let's really focus, and whatever distractions you have, I don't know what they were. We couldn't go over the litany of maybe what they were. We didn't have enough time. But whatever it is, you've got to learn to let that go and literally get back to looking at your teammates when you feel like you're in stressed out or trouble. Look at your teammates, look in their eyes. You play for them. You play for that brotherhood. You play to get a hit for them, not you. But just make these adjustments in a box. Get to a two-strike. Cut your swing down. Look to put a ball in play. Don't expand the strike zone. There's so many things to look at. You hope every individual has their own tool to use. Sometimes you have to have players say it, and then sometimes it's a coach say it. I haven't had to do it very much. As a staff, none of us have really had to do it very much. They have done a good job of them doing it. That's why I think they've been successful. We haven't had to step in. And you get a guy like Colby Abbott, who's been on our program a long time, and he's a good source for these guys because he's very upbeat, positive, he gives good reminders, and they all do that. I think that's why the chemistry has been good. And when people ask, why did they exceed the expectations you guys had as a staff, I think it goes back to the chemistry.
All right, well, a doubleheader to look for the sweep of Mars Hill tomorrow. That'll be on the Eagles Sports Network and Flow Sports starting at noon. With head coach Tom Griffin, I'm Tyler Katz on the Eagles Sports Network.